Hello, this is an introductory video from introducing me, Michael Friedman. Why I chose to come to University of Idaho is, well, when I first heard about this university, I heard about so many different things, but one thing that drew me here was the special disabilities program. I was born with autism, which, since this program was claimed to have such a good reputation, I couldn't resist. As to what my dream job is, my dream job is where I get to help people and animals, like a counselor who helps people through the understanding of animals, and perhaps a high school guidance counselor who uses animals to help students and people learn more about themselves and about them as well. The skills I'm really good at, what comes easily or naturally to me, I find that when it comes to photography, I enjoy that like a kid enjoys candy. I find wildlife photography especially exciting since I enjoy animals so much. I'm also an experienced traveler, a cook, and even a food connoisseur. I also study geography and international cultures just for the fun of it. Which brings me to what I believe is my greatest accomplishment. My best accomplishment must be traveling around the world through a semester at sea. It felt so amazing to see so many different cultures, to feel so many different feelings that I've never thought possible. And so this really felt like an accomplishment, a real success, not just because I got to see things few people ever see, but I got to see them with other people who felt the exact same way. And what sort of things this relates to, I also found a lot of interesting hobbies that I do with it that also relates to my photography interest as well. I find that when going out and seeing rare phenomena, such as things on the ocean or things in nature, I like to enjoy taking my time to look at the wildlife and see it through my photography, through a camera lens. And what sort of things I get excited about? Well, I get especially excited when I see things like lightning storms or rare wildlife. This brings me to my favorite learning experience, where I got to see some impressive wildlife on a marine biology class tour through a semester at sea. I saw so many amazing things on that program. I couldn't describe the amount of amazement I had endured. But I also learned a lot through that program that I wasn't enjoyable in learning as well, such as how things don't always go my way, and that failure to educate myself on how things work in other countries or in other places in general would only invite me to experience some hard-learned lessons, like how sometimes museums close in days you don't expect them to, or how programs don't always guarantee you'll see something, even though you go through a lot of effort to see it. And this brings me to how I view my resume, as I feel like there's always more for me to improve when I find a new job. The demands for each new job, what it is that they want me to do, the things that they require, I always feel like I have to keep updating my resume and have to do more. But I feel that if I get the tools to change it, I can handle it. When I start hearing about this career and leadership development, the first thing that comes to mind is how people are expected to be at their best and learn to acquire new skills necessary for them to live their lives to the fullest. What information or activities I hope will be covered in this course. I do hope to learn how to lead a successful financial life. I certainly want to try to live as comfortably as I can, but also trying to live as fulfilling as I can as well. I also learn how to do things like paying taxes and definitely avoiding debt. And I hope to acquire skills necessary to keep my resume up to date, and to keep myself ahead of the game as much as I can. What skills had I? What classes did I take for the pre-requiring this one? I did take a skill course at University of Idaho previously with similar methods and similar classes that did help me start building the resume that I needed. And what area of leadership skills would I like to improve in this course? I would like to improve my job interview skills. Sometimes I feel a little nervous when I'm being interviewed by people, and I've been known to get tongue-tied, so I want to see if there's any techniques that I can do to help prevent that. I still feel like there's a lot to learn. And what are some general expectations for this course? I basically expect this course to give a general perspective, or just a broad term of how the world works, or at least how to attain better leadership skills or personal skills that I could use to help myself. And anything else I would like to share? I have had work experience, especially with children and animals.